Okay, we know the Klingons are coming back to Discovery, but we have some new information about them that we'll share with you in just a moment. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and before we get started with the video, might I ask you that you become a subscriber. What you have to do is click on subscribe, which is right down there, somewhere down there, and click on the bell as well in order to make sure that when a new video comes out that you'll be able to see it. I try to get it out about once a week, but not always on the same day, so if you do that, you'll make sure that you don't miss the latest one that comes out. Also, at the end of the video, you can click on the circle in that will allow you to subscribe as well. Now, if you're a subscriber, you don't have to do anything special. It's not going to cost you anything. You're not going to have to wear any funny hats. You're not going to have to learn a special handshake. You don't have to go to meetings. You're not going to be called in the middle of dinner. None of that. It's just a way of being able to count you as a fellow nerd, and that way we can build this channel and continue to make more videos. So we'd appreciate if you do it. It would mean a great deal to me. And I thank all the people who have joined us so far. Thank you so much. So on today's video, we want to talk about the Klingons. Now, it's been well known that Discovery was going to bring back the Klingons. I mean, they've started this whole storyline where L'Rell has become kind of the new Klingon leader with her finger on the doomsday machine there, and Vok as Ash Tyler is joining her in order to kind of co-lead a new united empire. So they need to have an empire to unite. Now, the news that we have this time is that the producers are going to make the next set of Klingons look differently. Now, it's bad enough some people might think that they look different from the original series and look different from the Next Generation and the various movies and things like that. Maybe not. Maybe they have something behind this. Maybe they're doing more than just reacting to fans' dissatisfaction with the look of the Klingons. I went back and watched some of the early episodes just so that I could get a clear idea of what the lore was supposed to be with the Klingons. There were 24 houses, and of those 24 houses that T'Kuvna was trying to unite, he only actually met with 5 of them. And if you go to like the second episode, they have the holographic communications with only 5 other people, and they're there witnessing everything. Now, they try to get you off the trail by a note by Burnham to Captain Giorgio that there are 24 ships, one for each house of the Klingon Empire. Well, that's symbolic, but they did not necessarily have all 24 houses that were attacking. They only had the 6 houses that said that they would follow T'Kuvna. T'Kuvna was going to start with this great battle and then use that to help unite the rest of the houses, according to statements that have been made by the production staff on Discovery Now. So that gives them the excuse to say that there are only a few tribes that were like this, a few houses, excuse me, that were like this. And perhaps that they ritually shaved their heads because the lore was that Kahless formed the first Batla out of a lock of his hair, and so they shaved off their heads and their eyebrows and their beards in order to be one with Kahless. So they were kind of a cult. So not all the Klingons are going to be like this. They're going to be slightly different races. They're going to have slightly different beliefs, and the reason for their disunity, in fact, might have something to do with a lot of this. So new Klingons are going to be introduced from other Klingon planets, not just Kronos. We hear that Kronos mentioned in the movies as the home world, and also in Next Generation and Discovery as the home world, but in one of the original series episodes, they talked about having several planets in Klingon star system. So that is the conceit that they will go by in order to create slightly different looking Klingons in the next. Now, some people are thinking that some of these Klingons may look more like Worf and other Klingons we've seen with the beards and the hairstyles and things such as that, and that's quite possible. So at first, my thought was this is just fan service. But the more I've been reading about it and the more I've been looking at previous episodes, the more I'm convinced that perhaps they had this in mind to begin with. Maybe they are coming the long way around to comport with canon. I don't know. But maybe you have an idea about this. If you do, please put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear it. There's some other things that are going on in Discovery as well while we're here. There are the mini-sodes that are coming up. One of them is going to be on Harry Mudd that we know, and it's likely that the other three are going to highlight individual characters. If you have a favorite individual character that you'd like to be featured in one of these 15-minute mini-sodes that they're going to do between now and January, why not put that in the comments too? It might make for interesting discussion. And later on, I will finally get to the Orville. I've had an idea given by one of our fellow nerds that is really something I want to talk about, but every time I get ready to do one of those, the news comes up with something else about Discovery. So we want to cover that first, and then we'll get to the Orville fairly soon. Anyway, once again, the circle in over here, please click it and become a subscriber. Click the bell so you get the next video that comes down. And thank you so much for joining us. Don't go far.